What's up guys, welcome again to Orkisa Garage. Today I'm doing my car. It's 2007 Scion TC. I'm doing the water pump. Most of this is all the same with Corolla Scion XD and then XA, and some also with the XB because they're all the same engine with the Camrys and stuff. So this is the water pump. On the description I'm gonna paste the link. This is the AutoZone water pump. I get this from Rock Auto, the thermostat. I get you the thermostat, and also don't forget the thermostat O-ring gasket. And then I get the genuine Toyota Coolant 50/50. It's the color pink. It's not the red. So the red is for the 90s. The pink is for the newer cars. So before you get to the water pump, I'm going to show you how to take up the alternator, dry belt, and some of the accessories that hit in the water pump. Alright, let's go guys, let's do it. So while you're working on the top, let the coolant drain. So get one of this one, the biggest coolant drain fan, and then the drain plug is on this side. So while you're working on it, try to drain the coolant. So you don't waste your time. And then open your radiator cup so it's more easy to drain. Next one, you have to take this coolant radiator reservoir. Reservoir. Over here. Okay. Next up, you can take this AC hose, so you have more space, just in case of wiggle. Next, you just have to disconnect all the connectors. This is for connectors for alternator. Mostly you got a lot of 10, 12s, and 14s. And then just be careful taking off all the connectors. And then you need this panel clips or clip to prior connected. Since this one is on the way, I just have to take up the engine cover, the plastic one, so I can take this off. It's easy, you just have to pry. There you go. So take it up on the way, and then there's another connector underneath. Trying to take it off. So you have 4 connectors. This is for AC I believe AC, alternator, and I think this is for crankshaft somewhere. So take up all your wirings down there. So let's let's edit. Next is, so the trick if you're doing a water pump, so the pulley, I seen some of the people, they just take up the drive belt without loosening the bolts for the water pump pulley. So you have to loosen it first before you're taking up the belt. So it's more easier later on. So this is your water pump pulley. What I'm trying to do, since everything is still on tension, take up these 4 bolts. So loosen these 4 bolts, so later on it's easy to take it up the water pump. So I'm just gonna lose this 4 10mm right here that's holding the water pump pulley. And able to get to this, there's the Allen style right here. This is for your tensioner belt. So you can move it here so you get the tension to loosen the belt. It is your tensioner right here. It's size 17, I think. So now I take off the belt, and then I'm gonna show you how to take it off the belt. If you have longer ratchet and size 19, correction, this one right here, this one right here is the size 19. So you can pull it for the tension. That is how you do it. So going from the right is to loosen the tensioner. Next, since we taken that one, I have to take up the alternator. So this is 12, and I think on the bottom are 14. It's on the bottom right here. It's hard to see. It's right here, and then on the bottom of this one, I think it's 14, size 14. Okay. You see this one? This is the bolt that's sticking out. You see it? This is the bolt that's sticking out for the alternators on the bottom, and it's on the top. It's kind of like hard to take it off because the space are tight. For this is specific because you have the ABS module right here. So you just have to be creative how to take it off. So once you're taking off, take off the upper bolt is longer, and then the bottom is smaller. So they are both 14. Once you take it off, just get some pliers or screw. Let's see, some pry tool. Just have to pry it out. And here's your alternator. Okay. Just have to play with it. Okay. Your alternator. So these are the 2 bolts holding the alternator. So from the top, like this, the longer one, and then the bottom one. So the bottom one is hard to see because it's a smaller one. And then these are the orientation for the bolts. Okay. For the water pump pulley, it's right here. This one. So correction, it's not 10 millimeter, it's 12. Since I don't have a pulley holder, what I'm gonna do, stick something just to break it. Okay. You just have to stick something here to hold it, screwdriver or something. Just hold to that. So now I'm having a hard time, so I found the solution. Correction, so the bolts for this pulley are 12. So if you get this OEM tools, these are the part numbers, and I will put this tool, the link for description. So that's the hook right here. You just have to hold the pulley, that's it. Once you loosen the bolt, you're home free. So one more. One more that I have to loose. Everything's fine. And just take it off by hand for one, size 12. And then before you do anything, put some WD-40, so it's more easier to break free, because some of them get frozen because of the dirt and stuff. So these are the two, the hook. So here's are the pulley. So and then 4 bolts. So 12 millimeter. That side. And then you see this is the water pump. And then you see all the coolant's leaking as it gets dried. And then the bolts for this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 on the bottom. So mostly there are 10. So I'm going to just take this off. That is for your crankshaft position sensor. Just take it off. So once I'm gonna take off the water pump, you have to get ready your the pan, the drain pan, just to make sure you don't spill a lot of coolant. You just have to get ready. And this one right here. One more nut, then this one on the bottom. So if the regular size doesn't work, always to have like the half, the 3/4 they call it, the medium size. Okay. So I'm just taking off one more on the bottom, one more bolts, and then I'm done. I'm ready to take it off the and then ready your drain pan. This is the new, this is the old water pump. Look at some of the clips. Okay. These are the old leaking water pump. Oh, come on. Okay. This one right here. See the water, the gasket is no good. So it's leaking from here. So now we had to clean the surface and then match this one to the new one. So here's the old one and then here's the new one. They're all the same. With the shapes right here, like a snail shape. And from the back, you have the whip. You see, this one is also leaking. These are the newer one. I'll put everything, the description for this on the link. I'll put all the link from the description. Before we install the new water pump, we had to clean it just to make sure everything is ready to go, and then we'll put seal. And then make sure if you bought the new water pump, it comes with a gasket. These are the gasket. So the next parts I'm gonna take it up is the thermostat. So the thermostat housing is right here. If you see this kind of shape in all cars, this is where the thermostat live. Mostly it's on the lower radiator hose. Okay, so I'm gonna take that off. Take the lower coolant hose. I have to break it first. Okay, now let's break. Take it off. And then it's 10 millimeter. It's only 2 here on the bottom and on the top. So on the top, 10 millimeter. Break it. Okay. And then on the bottom, another 10 millimeter. So I need a socket for that one, extension. It's a nut. So you just have to be careful not to drop the nut. Just loosen it, and then you just have to take it up by hand, because usually this is small nut. It's easy to loosen. Now on the top is easy. 2 right here, and then break it. There you go. This was the housing. And then you just take it. These are the thermostat. These are the old thermostat. I just break it because the gasket was stuck. O-ring gasket stuck. Okay, there you go. These are old parts. So now here's the side by side of the new parts right here. Thermostat, all the same. The new gasket, the new water pump. And then make sure you have the gasket too. So the old parts right here, the thermostat, the old one, and then the O-ring. So now I'm just gonna clean everything. I'm just gonna put the thermostat first. So now I'm installing the thermostat. According to the old data, it had to be straight right here, the jiggle valve. This one right here. So it had to be straight. I'm not sure. I think if you backwards or something, I think the flow of the coolant is different. So according to the old data, it had to be straight. Okay, it had to be straight. According to the old data, it have to be straight. I think that's straight for me. There you go. This one right here, this dot right here, you have to be straight. I guess I think that's the flow of the coolant they want it straight. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this one, prep this one, the housing, and I'm going to put a small amount of sealant. So I'm using this one, the Paramitex, just for the extra insurance, just a little bit, because I already have the O-ring gasket. Just put it here. It's not gonna hurt, because this is my first time doing for Scion, so I just don't want to come back the job I'm doing. Okay, so just very little bit around it. And then also I'm gonna put the description for this from O'Reilly or AutoZone. Now I'm gonna put it. Put the two nut right here. And then, since on the bottom, here's the trick. Get some magnetic socket. I'll also put the description for this. It's a magnetic socket. Once you get threaded in, it's fine. You can just come back with a regular socket, and then just hand tight. Just hand tight. The bottom one is kind of tricky. Once it's in there, it's good. And you don't have to go too crazy as long as it's snug, because everything's gonna be tight later on. Now I'm ready to prep the water pump, so I'm just gonna put some extra insurance for this gasket, because they are quartz or paper gasket, or I don't know what material is this, so just a little bit, some extra insurance, because I don't want to come back outside. Some people, they just go straight, no silicone. Just for me, it's not gonna hurt. Because once you tighten the bolts and nuts, this paper get crushed. So you just want some extra protection, sealant, just to make sure, especially on some of the edge like this. Like that. Just cover it, that's it. Not too crazy, just cover it. Same thing on the back. Nothing too crazy. Okay, I'm ready to put it in. There's the orientation. And then I'm not gonna put anything on the water pump because I already put it there. So the orientation is like that. First, just do all the hand tight. Hand tight first. So you grab everything. Now, this bracket right here. Next one. On the bottom, I mean on the back, there's a nut. This one right here. And there's one more. So if you have this, so just follow this one. To this. So there's the orientation. This one on the bottom. There's one right here on the top. First, I'm gonna start with the on the top. This is snug. Next is the nut. And then on the side. Then going into the bottom. Then there's one more all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna torque it. Says it says 80 inch-pound, but I'm gonna put 81 just in case I got the one extra insurance. See that? Click. Once it's click, I'm good. See that? Click. You're not gonna feel it right away. Small click only. See that? It just small click. That. if you really want to get sure, just to make sure, double check, snag it. Don't go too crazy, just to make sure they're all tight. And then on the bottom, that's it. Don't forget to route this one because there's a bracket here. This is for your crankshaft position sensor. Don't forget to route it from here. Okay, next step, we have to install our pulley. To get the pulley in, started one. Just have to start one nut bolt. Just have to start one. That's it. All you have to do here is just to start just one bolt. Line everything and then the rest should be easy. And then always hand tight. And then we'll tighten the bolt after we put everything. So hand tight first. So you get the started for the threads. Then we use this one again to tie it. You just have to look for the, there you go. Okay. And then it's 12. If you have this mountain wrench, long wrench, this is lifesaver. One of the lifesaver. Not too crazy. Not too crazy. Okay, last one on the bottom. Here. Come on. Okay, that's it. And then you go around again just to make sure everything's tight. Okay, that's good. Next is to install the lower radiator hose. The trick is put some WD-40 so it's easier, see, easier to slide, because when it's dried it's gonna give you a hard time. Okay, that one's good. And then this for thing, and then now I'm ready to put everything back. Just put WD-40 on the alternator side. Before you put the alternator, just to make sure you connect everything, double check, because you don't want to come back. Make sure everything tight on the thermostat housing, water pump, everything's tight. The most important is your crankshaft position sensor wirings right here. Okay, everything's fine. It's all dirty and stuff, but that should be fine. Ready to put the alternator. And you just have to sneak through. On the bottom is the hardest one to put it in, because you don't see where they at. Okay, should get through that, should be fine. That's why I always want to put lubrication, because it's easy to slide in. Then I'll put this one. Okay, all set. You just have to align it, wrestle with it. Then on the bottom one is the hardest to do, because you just have to see where they at. So now I already put the belt. So the trick for the belts, so this is your crankshaft, AC, water pump, this is your alternator, tensioner, and then this the tensioner hook bolts right here, and this is the power steering. So you have to connect everything. To put it the belt easier, you put it on the last thing you put in on the water pump, because it's just, you just have to slide it. You slowly crank it from here, from going to the right, so give you some slacks. So you put it here in the last ones on the water pump, because it's all smooth. Because here you have the groove and teeth, all of this, except with the water pump. Except with the water pump tensioner, but you don't put in tensioner, put in the water pump. So now you just have to connect everything, and then the connectors and stuff. You put the AC nut. I'm not gonna tighten yet to hold everything. Okay, you put the clips, and then the first one I'm gonna connect so I don't forget, because all the way on the bottom is the AC connector. It's right here. AC connectors. That's the small one right here. Yes, the one wire. That's the one I'm gonna connect first. Okay, connected. Hear the click. The most important is you hear a click. If you don't hear the click, they're not connected. Okay. Okay. That one. The next one is for the alternator. It's on the side. Connector on the side. Hear the click. Everything is all one. It's all one way. You cannot mix it because it's all one type of connection or connectors. This is for the ground or the power, and it's 10 millimeter. You don't have to go crazy with it. Snug is okay. That's it. And then you have to connect this one too. Click. The most important is the click. Then it's on the bottom. Okay. Here, click. Everything click. That one. Okay. It's for the AC bracket. You don't have to go crazy with it. That's it. That one. The next one is the. So you have the nipple right here. Okay. And that's it. Now I'll put some coolant later on. Then before I put everything back, take off all your tools just to make sure you don't get something or missing something. Take up all your tools before you start your car. Make sure you close the drain plug from the bottom. Just going to put the coolant. Make sure everything's set. All the panels. You have panels from here. Forget about it. Make sure. Okay. And this one. So now finally I'm done with the water pump and thermostat. This is the most important part, the special tools. Every time you open up a cooling fan or the cooling system, you have to bleed it. So now I'm going to look for the fittings. the right one. For the pins. Okay, that's the right one. I'm also going to put the link on the description where to get it. This is the Matco tool, so I'm gonna try to look for the Matco one or eBay or the Leslie brand and other things, but because they're all the same. So now I'm using the pink Toyota 5050 coolant, because newer cars need to be the pink one. And then bleeding the system, it takes time, probably half an hour, depends. Since we had the new thermostat, it takes time to bleed the system and to open up the new thermostat, probably an hour or so. And then you need to bleed this on the flat surface, so just to make sure all the coolant, cooling fluids are, it's on level. I have to put it on the outside, on the flat surface, and then reconnect your battery. So now I'm on the flat surface. I'm just putting all the coolant, and then burp the system or bleed the system. See all the bubbles? That's where all the trapped air. So if you change the radiator, open up your cooling system without doing the bleeding the coolant, you're gonna have a overheat or check engine about the cooling system. So since we're waiting for the coolant to bleed it out, just double check if there's any leak. Double check underneath. Double check where the water pump is. Double check everything just to make sure there's no leak, because you don't want to come back. Especially from the thermostat. Hi guys, so I'm done with the job. So I hope you liked my video. Sometimes when I go to YouTube too, it's hard to find some of the video about the water pump, because it's hard to find which one is which. So I hope my work will help you. You can do this as long as you have the special tools. And then I put all the description. Oh no, I'm gonna put all the link on the description about the parts, special tools, procedures, and I think pretty much that's it. And then double check everything about the leaks, double check about the temperature. Just double check everything before you handed your side job or your work on your job. So I hope you like it. And then I forgot to say that to know when everything is fine, everything's good about the bleeding system, once the cooling fan turn on, everything is fine, everything's bleed out. Alright guys, thank you, like and subscribe.